Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. In today's episode, we have got Barcelona away from home again in the new camp before we get to play our former club Real Hippos and get to see how they're going and, well, what is meant to be the battle of the two teams trying to become better than the best of the rest behind Barcelona and Real Madrid. In today's episode, we're also going to voice our concern that this has not been the greatest start and we're going to have a long way to rebuild. And will we still have a job at the end of the year? We'll pose the question to you at the end of the episode as well. Without further ado, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to see how we started the season and copped the worst FMing I've copped an FM in a long while, go check that out because it was dreadful. Going to give you a few seconds before I mention it. Yeah, it was this dreadful. Let's go. Let's just revisit it. No, not Inter. We've already played Inter. By the way, our Champions League group is horrid. I will go through that as well in a second, boys. But yeah, as you can see, we're absolutely dominating on the opening day. Did not allow a shot, and then in the 90th minute, our centre-backs won the ball, and the referee's given a penalty. VAR hasn't overturned it. We've conceded to the one shot, one attack, one goal. I did have someone mention in the chat, though, that we are currently live, by the way, links down below, that at least they didn't score with the second shot as well. And that is very true, because that would have been a horrid way. Since then, though, we beat Gijon 3-1, but I have to voice my concern about this in this game. 1-1 for a long period. Vera scored. You might be thinking, Damien, how's Vera going? We got capped by Argentina on the back of moving to us. Great. So he's been scoring goals. Averaging a 6.78, has only scored the one goal in all competitions. Averaging a 6.72 in all competitions. Vera has been very underwhelming and not looking good at all in any highlight either, has to be said. 1-1, evenish game even though I had more of the ball. Vera scored and Dita scored a very scrappy goal at the back stick for 3-1, which makes this game look better than it was. Was not great. Albacete have predicted to come bottom or second bottom in the league. We won 2-0. Yet again, didn't play great. Scored 2 goals in 2 minutes. Song scored and then Song set up Dita, who, by the way, the positive of this is Song and Dita have looked fantastic and Felix not bad. In this game, Vera got a good match rating but didn't play particularly well in terms of creating or scoring chances, which is good on the ball. We kept the clean sheet, which is great. Thing is, we played predicted bottom, second bottom. We had an XG of 3.2 and we dominated the game. Do you think we were free-flowing and scored goals? No. We only scored 2, we only won 2-0. That is not the hallmark of the side that really is like this system. We haven't really had that issue except from when I was here in Spain with Hippos and I had to play Diamond. I don't want to have to play Diamond because I don't want to go away from this 4-2-3-1. You might be thinking, okay, David, well then you beat Villarreal. I did. But we were not good against Villarreal. As you can see, Villarreal had an XG of 2.11. Okafor blocked a point-blank shot on the goal line. 56% possession Villarreal also had. Villarreal should have scored and won the game. In the end, it was Danny Schmidden who scored because we were resting for the Champions League, so semi-rotated. Danny Schmidden, by the way, has scored goals this season, so he might even start in this game against Barcelona, or maybe not. But yeah, he's played 5 games, 4 off the bench, 2 goals. It's been not bad. But yeah, look, we won 1-0 against the run of play. Radicic has been keeping well. Every time Chivaleri's played, we've conceded 1 to 2 goals at a minimum. Every time Radicic has played, he's not conceded until he played against Newcastle and Getafe. And there we are. We then drew 1-1 to Inter. We played actually okay in that game. Then this happened against Alves. Dominated the game. And in a period of 10 minutes, conceded 2 goals. The match momentum is domination. Period of, here they are, they scored 2 goals. Domination. Couldn't score. Vera, nothing. Song, nothing. Dietrich, nothing. The 2 centre-backs, Danny Ulic and Hinicap, look slow, old, and cannot deal. The one thing I will say about this tactic is I think it's a good tactic. Clearly has worked with a lot of my teams. This squad's too old to play this tactic. The centre-backs get caught out. The centre-backs don't have enough pace to turn around to do it. Having Felix not as a quick enough centre attacking mid to press the ball hurts. This tactic may need to go until I can get a couple more younger, quicker, physical footballers into it. Because the midfield's getting very much shown up because there's nothing going on in the press. You might be thinking, okay, at least you beat Getafe. We got dominated by a 4-4-2. Getafe had 61% possession, 91% pass completion, and they knocked the ball around us like we were stagnant. Now, every time I played this 4-2-3-1 in a system against a 4-1-2, against a 4-4-2, we have pressed them because it's 2 flat lines and we've squeezed them, we've won the ball, we've dominated. This is the first time this 4-2-3-1 has not played well against a 4-4-2. We were lucky to win. We came back from 1-0 down, Song scored. Danny Schmidt scored a very lucky goal in terms of a pressing situation. We ripped Vera off, and the first thing Danny Schmitten does, the signing from Dortmund, is this. In the right area, bit of pace, closed it down, gets on the ball, and because of that pace, goes around the keeper and scores. The only guy that looks any sort of dynamic in a press is our backup striker. And there we go. And then against Newcastle, our former club, which is always good to play against former clubs, I fully rotated, as you can see there. Tamari, Campori, Kamari, Torres, Terrieri, Andrada are fully rotated, mainly because I said Barcelona is going to be the bigger game. So fully rotated, copped the pumping, and yeah. By the way, you might be thinking, well, geez, you started with Inter and Newcastle in the Champions League. How does your Champions League group look, Damien? We're not getting through the top 24 this year. We've got Inter, Newcastle, then Chelsea. Malmo's our only first game where we look at it and go, okay, we win this one. Then we've got Juve away, United at home, Benfica away, and then Apoel. We've only got 2 games when you look at that and go, oh, you can win 2, which is Malmo and Apoel. I said in the Inter game on stream that we kind of need to win this one, or Jag a win, or else we're not getting out the top 24, because I think we're only going to get 7 points. So, yeah, we are in trouble, is what I'm going to say. We are in trouble in the Champions League as well, which puts us in a precarious position here. The supporters want me to play direct football. This system is a short, heavy pressing, keep the ball, let's go system. I don't care about you and the supporters. I care about points on the board. The board's pretty happy with my start, but they're starting to, not be too happy with the results. C+. There is a world, and this is how I think, where I don't make it through the group in the Champions League, and the board gets upset because they want me to be competitive, which is probably reach the first knockout round. X. I honestly look at the team and have the aging back four of Hinicap and Danny, which I've been playing Eski in the last game there, but like this, right? And I look at it, and well, I tell you what, those two, getting older, getting slower, and I don't really have another centre-back that I can really put in there and trust to play at the back. We could get a really bad Spanish Cup draw. There's a world where I finish 6th or 7th this season in the league. I don't do nothing in the Spanish Cup, and I don't get out the league phase in the Champions League. I'm going to just paint the picture that I really think, unless we see something in this episode, there's a world where this snowballs into a poor year, and we could be out the sack and get our first sacking of this entire save, and it's here, and one of the most important moments, because we just need to get through this season, spend a heap of money at centre-back, and then obviously see how we go from there. But there is a world, and a strong world, where we could be in trouble. Now, you're going to ask for a prediction for this game from me. I'm going to tell these guys right now, Barcelona are going to be in a 7-0. Not a joke. I have not seen us press well once. Barcelona are going to beat us 7-0 in this system. Berger's telling me, well, why don't we just move to a mid-block until we get over this system, until we can get out? May do it if results get dire. I don't want to do it until we get to the December. I want to see what happens against a few more of the weaker sides. And then if it beats it, that, it's Barca and Real Madrid, that pump us. Real San Sebastian played well. Yes, Getafe was pretty poor, whatever. But against those weaker sides that were still winning games, I'll just keep the system so the rest of the team grows it, and I eventually will try and bleed other numbers in where possible. Now, this Barcelona side is star-studded. I'm just going to give you guys a starting 11 because this episode's already gone too long. You can have a look here. Just Eric Garcia is still going to be decent. We need to get at him. Look, very well-rounded. Pedri's still here. Assam just signed from Liverpool in the save. Zolio. Palazza's pretty good. And Alvaro Santos Silva, I've just called up from the Brazilian squad, has 6 and 6, by the way. But yeah, here we go. The one thing I will say is, even though we've played horribly, we still grinded out some results. So if we can still grind out results, I'll be happy. Now, once Barcelona get up to 3-0 here, I will end this part of the episode, just tell you how much we got beat by, and I'll give you Hippers because we all want to see how Hippers is going. Who, by the way, if the Hippers job becomes available, I wouldn't leave Atletico Madrid, but if we're having a poor time at Atletico, I would leave. Anyway, Chivalery at feet does well. And there we are. Barca have a good team. Yeah, it's Barcelona. Of course they have a good team. Pedri, cleared away. Joe Felix tries to get across. Bless his soul. The one thing I will say about Joe Felix is even though he's slow and whatever, when he is on the ball, he does do lots of good stuff as Eric Garcia puts one over the bar from a distance. But here we go. Struggling for possession yet again. We have not had possession at all in most games, which this is a system needs it. Vera from a long way out. Wasn't far. Has not played well in any game though, Vera. Alvarez. Eric Garcia. Now, if we get beat in the press by Barcelona, it's Barcelona, I can understand. But yeah, like the space between the front three and the midfield line is very noticeable, where it hasn't been in this entire save. Zolio's there. Barcelona have gone coast to coast, beating the press from 1-0 down. That's a very well worked goal. It's a typical Barcelona goal. So yeah, we're not here to sit around and go, okay, we've got to beat Barcelona at the new camp in our 7th, 8th game in charge in the league. It's not what we're here to do. But it is what it is. Perginao, Alvarez, Eric Garcia, Kezia. Felix wins. Poor ball. That moment I hate. Because Joe Felix is a good fucking footballer. Pardon the French. But he plays a bad pass after a press. And Vieira forgets that he has the ball at his feet. Like, come on, game. Even playing field. You've got one of the best technical footballers still in the world. Misplacing the pass. And a Brazilian that's very good on the ball with good situational errors that apparently just leaves it and stops. Just even playing field. I can handle Barca's first goal. If they score from this one, I'm going to cry. And Bielda won't miss. Chivaletti, world-class save. Well done. But that highlight all comes from two moments. We win the ball in a press, great. And apparently Joe Felix can't play a pass. And Victor forgot he had the ball. Cleared off the goal line by Dest. Being absolutely dominated first 33 minutes here. We're going to try to play through their press here. Daniel Lich, Joe Victor. Should have been to Tyrone, but that's fine. Tyrone has to go back. That's okay. And then we go long to Song, who's 5 foot. That's very smart, Chivaletti. Let's go to the guy who's 5 foot freaking 3. Just some dumb football going on. Anyway, good press there. Vera wins. The Brazilian hasn't done much this year. Alberto, who's also been very poor, loses out. What? Okay, and now they're on the break. We can see now. Numbers inside. Hassan should score. Wow, big miss. Very, very, very poor. Very poor. Like, we win the ball there, and Antonio's apparently a 4-star left back, but just runs and loses it. Eric Garcia. It just looks sloppy and slow. Anderson now. Good from Joe Felix. Felix actually had a pretty good day on the press. Victor, we need a good pass here. Look at your right back. Thank you. Dest, play your centre back. And Daniel should go out to the other centre back. Joe Victor dropped in, that's fine. Other centre back. Thank you. You can hear the angst in my voice because I've just seen us give the ball away so many times. Good ball to Vera. Good touch. Vera, oh, it's hit the post. He can't buy a goal at the moment. Cannot buy a goal at the moment. It was Vera. He's missed again. I'm very, very upset with the half of football. I'm actually going to load a new tactic here. I'm going to load up the 4-3-3 from West Ham, but we're going to make a few changes to it. I'm going to actually go to a mid-block and a standard line. Don't need to prevent the short distribution, but press once they get in here. Ball playing on defend, ball playing on defend. Wing back on defend because he's not that good, but Des will actually go as a wing back on attack. Tyrone's going to come into deeper line playmaker and support. Victor's going to go in as a Mazzala on support. You know what, actually? I'm going to do this. Birded winger. Winger on attack going. Felix dropping in. Vera on the last man. Balanced in style. Bit more direct. Play for a set piece. Don't need to play out from him. Pass in the space. I'm going to counter and counter press. I'm going to go long over the top as well. The reason for doing that is I want to block up the middle of the park and actually see if we create something going forward here on a balanced system. Just want to try and give him something different to think about. Bit more rigid. To be fair, this is how I would normally set up in real life when I'm playing. I actually am very defensively minded as a coach in real life. I set up in a 4-4-2 generally. And that's a goal. Wow. Barca have missed a million chances today. Barcelona have missed a million chances today. Has to be said. Joe Vic, the backstick ball, cleared away. Joe Felix is around, and that's all that matters. His ball in has been just cut, so yeah. Good press from Song, Alberto. Handicap. Song. Tyrone. Vera dropped in nicely. Very well done, Vera. Now we need someone to help him up here. Now, the ball had to go to Song. If he played the ball to Song, we have numbers inside. That's a foul and a half. Somehow the game's gone and it's a miss. Should have been pulled back in a red card here. Joe Felix is going to sit in. Tyrone's going to come out. I'm going to get Danny Schmidt in here as an advance forward. Vera's actually going to come in here as a fleet forward to help him build up. Right, we're actually going to play around with this a touch. I want you to stay wider. And I want you to come a bit wider and try and move them. Cross more often. I don't mind that one. Right, I'm trying to think what else we can do here as well. Both centre-backs are having a stinker. I'm going to get Flavis in as a covering centre-back. Ferran Torres is going to come in for Song as well and hopefully create. Go with that here in the 65th minute. Very tactical game. Big episode this. Apologies for the length. Set piece. Felix. No one there. Can we win the second ball? We try. Dieter. Handicap. Joe Victor. Danny. Dieter. Dieter! Dieter! Yes! Tactical masterclass! Get him in a 4-4-2, boys! Get him just dropping in and knocking the ball around and going into a bit more space and a little bit more direct, not knocking the ball around. Get it in there. Danny heads down. Dieter makes the run with the pace, beats them all, leaves them all for dead, and Dieter Schlugener makes it 1-1 at the new camp in the 74th minute. Oh my word. Oh my word, boys. Where did this come from? Rightio, there's not long left to go here. His name is Thierry. You're in. And look, you've got your goal. Let's get the youngster in Jean-Philippe now in at right back because he's a little bit more physical. Could we pinch one here against Barca? Now I mentioned the words. Headed away. Alberto, you got time. Heads it. Danny's quick enough to get on this. Handicap. Back to the keeper. Chivalieri looking for Vera, who's a big enough boy to win this in the air. Force the header, secondary press. Vera loses out. He has to get rid of the ball there, Vera. He's been so poor this year. Thierry tries to squeeze, doesn't win it. If Barca score from this highlight, they have been lucky in this highlight. Ugo, great ball. It is undeserved in the highlight. They had no right to be on the ball. Vera yet again, man. He has been a woeful signing, Vera. Gut-wrenching. Gut-wrenching. Wow. Let's break this one down. Headed away. First thing I'm going to say is Football Manager need to fix this next year in the match engine. Like, a guy is never going to head the ball when he's got that much time, and you're going to tell me, oh, he thinks he's under pressure. He can see the only pressure around him. In real life, he picks the ball up, he drives into the space 2v2, you go on the break, you score, or you get a chance, right? But anyhow, lest we forget, Danny Schmidt does the right thing. Keeps it, knocks it, no dramas. Now, Hinnicap for me should definitely play left back. He goes back to the keeper, fine. Now, look, Chivellari, I understand there's times to punt. And to be fair, I don't mind this. Maybe by the time he plays the ball out to Nisco, he gets covered, and then Zolio comes and squeezes Chivellari. But that's where I want Nisco to go, okay, if Zolio doesn't come and squeeze Chivellari, you play back to Shiva, and he then goes. Or it's, he comes and squeezes here, okay, I want you to play the ball to Hinnicap and see if he can spin it out. Because that's the football. I guess because we've gone 4-4-2 and I'm cautious, it doesn't happen. So maybe that's on me. Anyway, good idea. Good. For once, the keeper kicks it in the right area because we can secondary press. We've got one pressing the guy headering, and we've got two guys within a 10-metre space to win the ball. That's a good secondary press, which is what I talk about in real life. Now, Vera picks the ball up. He has to. He has to, as a guy with 19 technique, first thing he does is play Danny Schmidt. That ball comes down, and that's a first touch pass. Doesn't do it, loses out. Pedri wins, good shape. Ricky gets on it. Ball inside. You're telling me in no real world Thierry doesn't pick that off? He's within 2 feet. He's within 2 feet of the ball, but apparently he leaves it now, turns his body to go the other way. Goes through him, doesn't win the ball, or doesn't commit a foul, but apparently can teleport for him. So that's 3 instances where we should still have the ball here. And there we go. Boyer gets it, they spin out, they score. Can I just say, Vera, right, here, has got mountains of time as a world-class player. He can flick this right here to Danny, who can probably peer her out and have someone bombing on down here. Or, if not, Vera can maybe make a run, Danny can turn around and play it back a line, but come on, man, it all comes down to Vera being shocking. It's a pretty good tactic there. I know that my game's not going to be able to let me save that now, but that was interesting. Look, you did yourself proud to keep the morale high. I actually really did not mind that 4-4-2 and how it played. Really, really happy how that 4-4-2 played, to be fair. There's probably something in that 4-4-2 in the press. But there we go. We lose 2 under Barca. I did say we're going to give you guys a Raul Hippus. It's been a 24-minute episode. So I don't want it to go overkill, but I'll give it to you because it's Hippus. So I'll see you guys in a second. Welcome back, YouTube. Second game of the episode, Raul Hippus. We're going to do a bit of a deeper dive into how Hippus look because they're our former football club. We obviously had them all the way here in Season 3, so there we are here. They then finished 10th, 5th, 8th, 3rd, 8th, 3rd, consecutively 5th last season. Now, there's a couple of names you will know. Abraham is their best player. He gemmed out for me in here. And, well, he has been fantastic since then. Look how well he has developed. He's been a one-club man. He is a fantastic winger. I wish I was still there at Hippus. Tuchel ended up leaving. So, Klopp left. After I joined Atletico Madrid, Klopp went to Milan for whatever reason. He just wanted to go to Milan. And the Real Madrid job became available. And then Tuchel was interested in the Dortmund job, didn't get it. and then out of nowhere, Tuchel ended up somewhere else, and now this job became available. If I knew that that was going to happen, I would have not taken the Atletico Madrid job, but we had to take the job that we were given in Spain, considering there was no real other jobs at the time that we could move to. So, yeah. But there he is there too. Also to note, there is Roberto Rapoli still here who regenerated out at our club, and we were using him too in the year. He's turned into a very, very good Spanish centre attacking mid as well, so fantastic player there. Outside of that, there's no other names that you would really know from when I was here. There is a lot of more guys that were in and around. They did sell Arsene Zakarian off on a big amount of money about 4 seasons after I left. A huge amount of money. Adrian Armagol, who was here, went for 58 mil. We actually put him in our dream team because of how well he's developed. But I believe it was 4 seasons after we came in. But I can't remember when that was. They sold him for big money. I can't remember. We'll have to wait and see. It'll pop up here somewhere. There he is, 129 mil. 129 mil there and 58 mil. They 2 guys that we had an influence in at the football club went for $180 million. I can live with that. I think we've done them very well. Now, in terms of us, we're in a precarious position because we've also just lost Alberto to injury doing weights during pre-season. During the international break. Kamari's injured and so is Sears. Now, I have actually loaded up the potential 4-4-2 here, as well that we played against Barcelona here previously. Going to line up in the 4-2-3-1 though. If we play poor and the game's even, or if we play poor but we somehow snatch a lead, I will switch into the 4-4-2. Secondly, Radicic wanted a new contract and he wanted to be a first team keeper. By the end of this season, Chivaletti won't be keeping, he will, so I've decided to do it now because he's a bit of a wonder kid at 20 years of age. Let's get into it underway. Big game here to end off the episode. It's been a very long episode. I won both my games in World Cup qualifying playing the 4-2-3-1, so see if the game still loves me. I don't know if Adrian Vera ended up playing in the for Argentina. He didn't this time around. That makes a lot of sense. But look, this Hipper side is still very, 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 very good. We probably should have had maybe a bit of a deeper dive, but the episode's gone so long. Illich, people know, Consejo is there, and then there's just a lot of regens, but we've highlighted Rapoli and Abraham, who are fantastic. Now, they're in a 4-4-2, so we're going to try and beat them in the 4-2-3-1, which generally presses well, but we have noted that the press is not great in this system. We've not had a really good year. And, well, Hinnicup reads one, finally. Joe Felix, Okafor, picks it up. Drives, Song. Might move Okafor to a wing back on attack because he can get a bit more forward and he's 6'5", so if he gets at the back stick, look how lanky he looks in the engine. He might be able to do it. There's also where I might play him at centre back at some stage. Very poor ball, but that's somehow found Dietrich, who has been pressed, and that has been cleared. Joe Victor wins it back. Danulic. Sergio Dest leaves it and gives it away, and this should be a goal. Chivaletti makes a good save. Yet again, though, in the highlight, we turn around and stop. We just turn around and stop. I don't get it. I've never had any of my teams I've played this system in get the ball, win the ball, face forward, turn around, then stop, and let the opposition take it off them and run. That's the 4th time it's already happened in this episode. Very annoying. Hippers have started very well. We are struggling at the moment. Corner, Joe Felix whips one in there, cleared away, and no one anywhere near Caballo to pick it up. Very odd. We barely conceded on the break from set pieces at Dortmund, but that was way too much room there. Cleared away on his pass, Francisco Concial. Tyrone wins that, but it falls back to Rios. Rapoli, Illich, Francisco gets in the area, digs, Chevalier makes another good save. At the moment, 25 minutes in, Hipper should be leading us by about 3 or 4 goals. We are in a massive amount of trouble. Massive amount of trouble this season. Cleared away. At the moment, it has been shocking. Okafor can go forward. and he's got good work rate, I am going to go and bring him as a wing back on attack. Just a hell-popping builder. "36 minutes played, it's 0-0, and we've been very poor. Yet again, struggling for any possession as well. Vera from a long way out hits that one. Lonnie makes a decent save. So Felix again whips that one here. Hinicap heads over. Or Hincapi. Hincapi? I always say Hinicap, I don't know why. I always misread it. Look, I'm going to tell them it's a good first half display. I'm not particularly happy, but I'm all about just keeping the morale high while we go through this very poor patch. As it stands, though, we have not really created too much at all. 60-odd minutes played. Chevalier picks it up. We are going to move into the 4-4-2 unless this ends in a goal for Hippus. If this ends in a goal for Hippus, we're going to go roll it out, thank you. If we went long there, I would have lost my shit. Then Ulich has got Sergio Dest in space. Dest now. D3. Looks for Vera. Vera. Touch. Got to finish. Vera's finally scored a goal. Vera's finally scored a goal. It's only his second goal of the year. And it comes against our former club, Hippus. Dest fine, D3. It's been one of our best players. Vera, good touch. 3 guys on him, non-preferred left foot. And it's in the back of the net. And I'm going to change into the 4-4-2. Danny's actually going to come in as the last man striker. Prefers playing advanced forward, but I don't mind him putting him in there as a poach on the last man, to be fair. I think that's fine. Song looks dead. Song looks dead. Ferran Torres, I think, is the only one that really can go out there, so Ferran's going to come in as well. Victor is a Mazzala. I think we'll leave Victor as the Mazzala for now as well. I think those are the 2 changes we're going to make. Hinicap's dead as well. I'm actually going to get Minkili in as a covering centre-back. Here we go. Make the changes, 4-4-2. See what this 4-4-2 system does. Poor throw-in. Where are you going? If we concede from that, I am going to be livid. He's literally just turned around and thrown it to a guy in a blue shirt for whatever. It's not hard to throw a ball in, mate. It's professional football, Okafor. Anyway, Tyrone wins. First time. And then he runs into the fucking referee. He runs into the referee. Cleared away. D-tree. Get rid of it now. Dest. Deirdre wants it. We've lost it again. Effort from distance. Hits the top of the bar. Hey, can we just watch that again? Can we go back to the referee one? Like, we do so well in the press after making a terrible mistake. What is this referee doing? Win the ball. Tyrone and... I don't know who it is because it doesn't look like Joey Victor. Runs in it, and then the referee, so it wasn't really the referee, it's Ferran Torres being Ferran Torres. And then we lose the ball here with Sergio Dest. Right. Sergio Dest is going to come off here for Jean-Philippe because I didn't like what I saw there. Going to move into a ball-winning midfield on support. And I'm actually going to move into a deep line playmaker on support. And Joey Victor is going to come off. And we're going to get Thierry in to give him some match fitness here. 70 minutes played. We lead 1-0 as it stands. Is there going to be a moment here late doors? Oh, we're going to hold on in the 4-4-2. Maybe this is how we're going to do it. Just man-manage games until we get some more speed in the team. Tyrone with a set piece. Cleared away. Tyrone should be able to re-whip this. If you lose it right now, Tyrone, I'll be livid. Well done. Deirdre now gets in the area. Backstick ball. Ferran Torres heads straight at the keeper, but at least we got a ball into the box there, so we'll take it. Highlight here, they go long. Should have the height to deal with this. And Chevalieri's got time. Thumps one long looking for Vera. What a ball. Falls to Vera. Poor though from him. Dietry keeps it. Thierry. Great 1-2. Penalty every day. What a 1-2. We're going to have a chance on the spot in the 89th minute. What do you need to have a look at VAR for? We beat our former club. It has not been good, but maybe, just maybe, we created a 4-4-2 that might be able to just hide our defensive problems. Good ball movement, it has to be said. Should be a booking. Referee's taking his time, whatever. Who takes this? 19. Ferran Torres. Take it from the spot to seal it. Steps up, bottom bin. We're going to win against Real Hippers. Massive win in a very poor start to the season. But it is a massive win, and that's all that matters. Huge. Great stuff from Ferran Torres. Bottom bin. 2-0. We'll take it every day, boys. We'll take it every day. We win 2-0 there. Boys did very well. I'm happy with that. And look, that's a positive to end on. It's not been a great start. It's been a very air start. Are we going to get the sack? I don't think so. We'll find a way. We're too good to not win games of football. We've got a game in hand on Bilbao, for instance. But we're not here to win the title just yet. We've got a lot of work still to go. We got 2 points clear of Real Hippers. That's pretty huge as well. And it's a pretty good way to end the episode here, which has been about 30-odd minutes long and had a lot of talking. The 4-2-3-1 isn't working, but we're seeing enough of it to go, okay, there's a little bit around of what we can do here, which is what's important. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time for another episode. We'll go and have a look when that's going to be. Valencia there. When do we play Real Madrid? In January. Jesus. Okay. It'll be a game in and around here somewhere in this run of games here. Depending when it is. We might be playing 4-4-2 from minute 1 there. When we might not be playing the 4-2-3-1, but we'll see. But at the moment, things going well. That was a pretty good game. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you and goodbye.